At the 1993 ESPY Awards, Coach Jim Valvano, otherwise known as Jimmy V, won the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage. Coach Valvano coached the NC State men's basketball team to a national title. Later in life, he was diagnosed with cancer, and in '93, with just weeks left to live, he gave a speech at ESPN's ESPY Awards in which he encouraged the audience to do 3 things every day. He said, every day you ought to laugh, every day you ought to think, and at some point you ought to be moved by your emotions to the point of tears. He encouraged the audience to think on 3 things every day, to think about where you started, to think about where you are, and to think about where you're going to be. He said everyone should have 3 things in their life: enthusiasm, a dream, and they ought to be willing to work for their dream. He also said that cancer can take away all of my physical abilities, but it cannot touch my heart, it cannot touch my mind, and it cannot touch my soul. One of the greatest speeches ever. If you're younger than me and you don't know who Jim Valvano is, Google the man. Great person. And it was a great speech, but perhaps the most famous thing he said in that speech was a simple statement. He said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. This man's body was riddled with cancer, and he encouraged the rest of us to never, ever give up. And I want to encourage you today at home to never give up. Some of you watching today, you're doing all the right things, but you're not seeing the results that you want to see. Perhaps you're waiting on a promotion at work and you're trying your guts out. You're working your guts out. You're showing up early. You're staying late. You're doing everything right, but you've yet to receive that promotion. Perhaps you're not getting the playing time you feel you deserve on your sports team. Whatever it is, you're working for your goals. You're trying hard. You're doing everything that we're asking you to do here, but it just seems like you're not seeing those results. First of all, I want to encourage you, if you're in that spot or any situation, always reach out to us here at Falling Chains. Message the page. I would love to be able to pray for you. We can talk on the phone if you're discouraged and you just need someone to listen. We have no aspirations of being a great YouTube sensation here at Falling Chains. We have great aspirations of wanting to help you reach the goals in your life. So reach out to us anytime. We're always willing to come alongside you and to encourage. But again, back to the point, some of you just aren't seeing the goals. You're not seeing the results, I should say, that you're wanting to see. I want to encourage you. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. I can tell you in my own life personally, I waited to start Falling Chains until my weight got down to a certain point. I wanted to be down to about 230 pounds before I started making videos trying to tell other people how to reach their goals. I knew I needed to be well on my way to my goals before I started doing that. So shortly after starting this page and making these videos, I progressed toward my goal. I got down to 218 pounds. Things were going great. And then I went into atrial fibrillation and I ended up in the hospital. And I got out of the hospital and I was down for a few days. I gained a few pounds where I was resting up for a couple days. Got back to work, striving toward my goals again, and then I went back in the hospital and I was stuck there for the whole weekend this time. When I came out of the hospital, when I came home that Sunday, I weighed 231 pounds. I had gained 13 pounds in just a couple short weeks there. But I've lost a few more pounds now. I'm back down around 225. Look, I've not seen the results here in the last month. It's been discouraging at times. I'll be transparent with you. I don't care to tell you that, but I want you to understand that I will not quit and I will not give up. I want to tell you about a friend of mine. I won't say his name, but I met him at the rehab that I speak at weekly. Met this guy, had a great attitude. He was getting clean. He got sober. He was doing great. He got out of rehab. He lasted about 4 days, and then he used. And you say, well, how's this encouraging? Because I reached out to him and I texted him. I said, man, come on, text me back. I can help you. Call me. I'll come pick you up. I'll take you back to rehab. And I heard nothing from him. And then the next week when I went back to speak at the rehab, guess who was there? My friend was back, because he didn't give up. And I told him that week, I look at him as a hero. You say, well, the guy didn't last 4 days. No, he didn't last 4 days. But he kept going. He didn't give up. He went back to rehab and went through the program a second time and just recently got out. And he's doing great today. So no matter whether you're seeing the results you want to see, please, please, please be encouraged. Don't give up. Seth's going to show you a meme right now. You've probably seen it before if you spent much time on the internet, but you see on the right side of that meme there are some diamonds, right? And the gentleman in the picture, he is mining, he's trying to get to those diamonds, and on the bottom of the picture you see that he's finally given up. He's dug and he's dug and he's dug and he's worked and worked and worked, and it's not paid off. He's not gotten the results that he wanted to get, so he's given up. He's got his pickaxe over his shoulder and he's heading home. But you'll notice that he was so close to reaching his ultimate goal. I'm not going to try to be a TV evangelist here today and tell you that you're ready for a breakthrough and that it's coming at any time. I don't know what your future holds. You might be 2 days away from your goal. You might be 6 months away. You might be 6 years away for all I know. I don't know when your time is going to come, when you're going to see the results. But I do know this, you cannot give up. You've got to keep trying. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and one of them I like to listen to is a guy by the name of David Goggins. David Goggins, Seth's going to show you his picture. David Goggins found himself overweight. He wasn't happy with his life, and he joined the military, ended up becoming a Navy SEAL, I believe. It took him a few attempts to become a Navy SEAL, but he eventually did. David Goggins tells a story, and I just heard him telling this story this morning about when they would run. Sometimes they would go out to a point and they would turn around and they would come back to camp, right? So guys knew when the run was almost over because they had gone out and they turned around and they were on their way back and they knew how close they were getting. He said guys would begin to talk. Guys would begin to smile and laugh a little bit and enjoy themselves because they knew the run was almost over. He said, but sometimes the people in charge, the officers, would make them continue right on past the barracks and make them continue to keep running, and they didn't know when the end was. And he said once they passed the barracks, guys would start to get quiet and they would start to let their heads hang because they didn't know when the end was. They were discouraged. And I know that some of you watching today are discouraged, but please, please, please do not give up. Reach out to us here. Like I said, we'll do anything we can to encourage you or to help you. But the fact of the matter is, some of you are going to give up and you're going to quit one day too soon. Please, please do not do that. The worst case scenario, if you keep going, the worst case scenario, what if your dreams don't come true? At the very least, you're going to look back and realize that you did the right thing. So I want to encourage you today to do the next right thing. Put one foot in front of the other and keep going for one more day. And after that, keep going for one more day. And after that, you get the point. Thank you guys for watching today. We'll see you on Sunday. And in the meantime, I look forward to seeing the chains fall in your lives.